Hello. Can you guys hear me? And could you say something in the chat so I could see if this overlay thingy works? Can you guys hear me? Okay, sweet. So basically, I'm going to be playing Sonic Mania because I got it on PS4 a couple weeks ago, and I don't have a PS4. So now that I have a PS5, I want to try to get the trophies. I've already got all of them except for I have to do the Blue Sphere stages, so I guess that's what I will be doing right now. And like I said, I don't really think I'm going to be very good at holding a conversation by myself, so I encourage anyone to say anything that you think of in the chat, or ask me any questions. I think I'm not good at coming up with things to say, but if you get me into the rhythm of saying something, like once I get into a rhythm, I think I'm good. Also, if I mess up horribly, it's because my screen is flickering and I have no idea why. So basically, if you've never played Sonic Mania, then these are the Blue Sphere stages, and in order to get this trophy, I have to get a perfect score, which means collecting all the Blue Spheres and getting all the rings. So if I go all around them like that, they turn into rings and I can collect them. Is the flickering showing for you or just me? I feel like my HDMI cable, either my HDMI console or my PS5 in general has some weird flicker problem. I've only had the PS5 for a couple days, but it just is slowly getting worse, I feel like. Well, I'm glad that it's only on my side. Oh man, it just happened right there and I almost went into the... If I touch any of the red spheres, then the stage ends. Oh man, it's so annoying. I don't know if I'll be able to... Because this is such fast reflexes, I don't know if I'll be able to do this very well. Oh, I messed up. I got it. That one's tricky. Ugh. It's tricky because if you want to get all the rings, you have to jump over a thing. It's tricky. These stages, personally, I don't think they're that hard in general, but I think they're pretty hard if you tried to get a perfect score and collect all the rings. Although some people just think they're hard in general. Personally, I don't, but... Ah man, this flickering is so bad. I keep almost dying from it. I really don't know why it's happening. See, the thing that makes collecting all the rings really hard is that if I collect all the blue spheres, the stage ends. I don't know if this makes any sense. I'm not good at explaining things. So like that, because I jumped over that one, I was able to get those. Now I have to go back for it. Not trying to do. Okay, I'm glad it makes sense. God, I'm sorry if I don't stop talking about the flicker, but it was like kind of bad yesterday, and it was kind of bad when I first got the console, but right now it's being really bad. Like, every like 10 seconds the screen goes black for like 1 second. So another thing, if you've never played this game, is that I really like the art and the animation in it. It's very well drawn. I don't really need to do this special stage, but I guess I can for fun. God, his head is so rectangular in this stage, I think it's hilarious. Have you ever played this game, Beanie? I think the art, animation, the music and stuff is really the highlight of it. Although it does also help that the game is fun. Yeah, I don't think I'd be a very good streamer because I'm. Ah, dang. Yeah, I don't think I'd be a great streamer because I can't come up with things to say very well. And I'm definitely not good at playing games while talking. Yeah. I've been in other people's streams before, but I've never streamed myself. Okay, so in order to get to the booster stages, I have to pass those checkpoints with a certain amount of rings. I didn't have it. But yeah, I really like the 2D Sonic games. I like the 3D ones too. But, okay, the screen went black for like 10 seconds. I'm exaggerating, but it's getting really bad. I've never really streamed on my own before. I think it'd go a lot smoother if the screen wasn't flickering. I just feel like the annoying part about the screen flickering is that I can't stop complaining about it, but it's really bad. Well, thank you, I appreciate that. But as I was saying, I really like these 2D games, and the 3D games are pretty fun too. The ones that I always go back to are the 2D ones, because they're just very, very well polished. Maybe the first game is a little rough around the edges, and the second game has some kind of rough around the edges parts, but the third game and Mania are really, really solid games. It's like, I really don't have many complaints with them. Yeah, these Blue Sphere stages are the special stages from Sonic 3. Basically, what Mania does is takes a lot of things from the older games and combines them. Oh man, something really annoying about streaming on the PS5 on here, this wasn't a problem yesterday when I was streaming Twitch, but if your message is long, it shows just dots, and I don't see the whole message. It's really weird. I'll just pull out the chat on my phone after this. No, I like the 3D games too, though, especially Adventure and Adventure 2. I think my favorite thing with the series in general, I really like the games, but I've always really liked the style, the art, and I don't know, I just like seeing how each game is style. Oh, I messed up. See, I'm not very good at at playing while talking. I still beat the stage, but I didn't get the perfect. Oh, I'll pull up the chat to read that message. I don't know why it doesn't show the whole thing. Alright. Yeah, the 3D games... Hello, Dream. Oh man, yeah, I don't think you heard me because apparently my mic was mega quiet yesterday, but I was talking about how I feel so bad for you that your name is Dream, since there's like some Minecrafter name is Dream now. But you've had that name forever, and now you have like identity thief. But yeah, the 3D games are a lot less straightforward, and see, I think all Sonic games are better the more you play them, and then you understand the stage design and can beat it faster and stuff like that. I think the 3D games are really just more fun the more you play them, but they're not like incredibly solid games to just play through one time. I don't know if that makes sense, and that's obviously not really what I'd call... Yeah, but that's not really what I'd call, like, incredible game design, but who it works for, and it works for me. Although the 2D games are the ones I always go back to. And yeah, it's really sad, Dream. I'm really scared that somebody named Tuna will show up. I was talking about this yesterday. Because you've had that name forever. Do you think you'll change your name, or just hope that the other dream falls off the face of the planet? Or just... Oh, I didn't even know that was there. Yeah, that's why I like the 2D games a lot, is because they have a lot of polish, but... I don't think the 3D games are bad. By no means. I feel like I'm being overly harsh on them. I still play them all the time. And I especially like the style of Adventure 1 and 2. Great styles. The Adventure 1 and 2 has like a character redesign by Yuji Uekawa, and he does all the artwork for it too, and I love his style and like reimagination of the character. Yeah. I guess you could even say the same about the 2D games. Like, I think Sonic games in general, they either work for you or they don't. For me, I really like them. Yeah, I really don't know why my screen keeps flickering. Awesomer tuna. An adjective that asserts dominance. Awesomer tuna. Cooler dream. Amazing fish stick. I like those. Or Aku beanie. This boss right here is the final boss from Sonic 2. It's just kind of funny that he's like the first boss in this game. But he is mad hard in Sonic 2. Mad easy in this game. I don't know if they did that on purpose to be funny or not, but... That boss is freaking impossible in Sonic 2, but he's so easy in this game. Oh, also another fact, even though everything you see is in English, this is a Japanese copy of the game. Because the Japanese physical edition of this game comes with a soundtrack CD, so I bought that one. Pretty sick. It also comes with a little art book, but so does the American version. And then a reversible cover, which is different than the American reversible cover, which is really sick. Yeah. Chemical plant. Uh-oh, jam alert. Yeah, I've played these games, I've played these games more than I'd like to admit. I have like 90 hours on Steam, I have like 80 hours on Switch, and now I'm playing it on PS4, and the reason I'm playing it on PS4 is to get the trophies. Because I played this game so much, having the trophies is like it's something new to do. It's exciting. It's like, oh man, I played this game a billion times, now I have new objectives to do. Although I've already done all of them except for those Blue Sphere ones. I played this game a lot, although it's not even the Sonic game I've played most. I play these games embarrassingly large amounts. But it's just a rewarding game to play a lot, because the more you know the level design, the more you can do it faster, the faster you can do it, the more satisfying it is. It's a type of game that rewards you to play it again and again. Oh my god. Yeah, that's really sad. SA2 is so fun. I have it. Oh, I finally got a physical version of that too, which is like the Japanese birthday pack, which is pretty sick because it comes with a soundtrack and like a coin and a little history book and stuff like that. And the soundtrack CD is like a couple songs from every game up to that point. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's apparently like a physical edition that came out in Japan, but it was supposed to only come out on the 15th anniversary, but they like made too many, so they have all, so it wasn't just the one day like they thought, the 2 days or whatever. And now it's pretty inexpensive. It's like $60, which is like the same price as the US version. That doesn't come with any of that stuff, so like why not? But SA2, is a really difficult game to 100% because, I mean, I've 100%ed this game like 6 times, but SA2 is very difficult to 100% because the ranking in that game, it's like you have to do so perfect to get an A rank. Like in the other games, like Generations, you could die 100 times and finish the stage in 20 minutes, you know, get an S rank. In SA2, you can have a perfect run where you get every ring, defeat every enemy, and beat it in under a minute, and then you'll get like a C. It's insane. I actually got my first SA2 A rank like a couple days before the PS4 came. Although I kind of like that the ranking system is difficult because it's entirely optional. Like if it's gonna be optional, then I'd like it to be hard. Oh, I died on purpose because I messed it up. It's because I'm talking. But yeah, I'd prefer an optional ranking system to be like hard as nails because first of all, it's optional. But like, think of like Generations when it's mega easy to get an S rank. It's like the people who want to try to like play the game a lot to get higher ranks, they don't really. Oh, okay, all right, nice to meet back. They don't really have to try that hard to do it, but like SA2 fans, it's rewarding to them, you know. But the fact that it's so easy in a game like Generations, like who is it to appease? Like a little kid that's like, oh yeah, I got an S rank, and then like they're over it. So like, yeah, ought to satisfy the people that care about that optional thing, you know? Although, I don't think I'll ever get all A ranks in that game. Yeah, the S ranks are crazy. If you get through a stage without dying, you get an S rank. Because basically, you get an S rank just by getting an A rank and not dying. And the way you get an A rank is by playing the stage. You really don't have to try. So it's really easy. There's a trophy to get all S ranks, and I don't have it yet, just because... I mean, I could very easily get it, but I don't know, I don't really like the classic stages too much in Generations. Yeah, some of them are really cool and imaginative, and then other ones are just kind of straightforward. And those ones I don't think are too fun. But there's some that like shift perspective all the time and stuff. Those ones are really cool. Yeah, I know. Man, maybe I should stream on Twitch, because the overlay chat, if it's more than like 10 characters, it just shows ... Ooh. So, Brandon, if you didn't hear me say earlier, basically all I'm playing right now for is the Blue Sphere stages. I don't normally play Tails, that's why I chose him. I'm used to I almost always play as Sonic, but I figured why not spice it up. Man, I'm really not good at talking while playing games. Man, I gotta get my phone out to read the chat because it doesn't show by default, son. Yeah. Oh man, I was trying to get S ranks on SA2 the other day, and so the knuckle stages in that game. Thanks. The knuckle stages in SA2, which by the way is Sonic Adventure 2. That's what that means. But oh my god, man, I can't focus because the screen keeps flickering. But yeah, basically the knuckle stages in that game, you have to find little emeralds around the stages and stuff. And I was trying to get an A rank on one of those stages, and it is so difficult because I feel like I really like the ranking system in that game and how challenging it is. But in like the Sonic like action stages and stuff, it's very skill based, which is what makes it rewarding. I feel like in the knuckle stages, you have to find the emeralds, and it's always random where they are. So I feel like it's kind of random how well you do. You know? There's not any tricks you can really learn. You just have to look, and it's just kind of up to luck if you find them quickly or not. So that was kind of annoying. Oh yeah, no, I don't know. Tails is but I don't usually play him just because I don't feel like I'm really good at his ability. The flying, I feel like it always messes me up. But I usually play as Sonic because he's the fastest and the drop dash is very useful to me. And then in Sonic 3, his ability is really fun too. I mean, I play Tails in Sonic 2 a lot just because he's the exact same as Sonic in that game, but I should play him more. Tails is basically the easy mode. Okay, my screen is going all black. Alright. But yeah, if anyone in the chat has any questions they want to ask me or anything, even if it's unrelated, give me something to talk about, be cool, but you don't have to, obviously. I'll talk about anything though. They have made a Sonic game that is only Blue Spheres, bro, so, obviously, there's a whole story. I don't know how much I have to explain. Oops. See, I can't talk while playing. But I don't know how much of this I need to explain because Beanie doesn't really know this stuff, but basically, Sonic 3 was a game too big to fit onto one cartridge. So, a couple months after its release, they came out with another game called Sonic and Knuckles that added the second half to the game. So like Sonic 3 was only half of the game. And then man, it's difficult to explain, but this is Puyo Puyo. But yeah, okay. The game was too big to fit onto one cartridge, so they released half the game onto one cartridge, and a couple months later released the other half of the game on a separate cartridge. But the cartridge had the cartridge slot on it that you could plug in, you could plug in Sonic 3 to that cartridge, and then you get, like, the complete version. Yeah, Beanie, I was laughing so hard when I first got to this boss when I was playing this game, because in, like, the 90s, they ported Puyo Puyo to America, but they named it Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, so this is a reference to Puyo also being a reference to that, like, Sonic-themed version of Puyo Puyo. I was laughing so hard when I got here. But yeah, so that's Sonic 3. I don't remember why I was explaining that. Oh yeah, because if you put Sonic 2 into that second half, then you could play as Knuckles in Sonic 2. But if you put Sonic 1 in there, then you'd unlock, this just a screen that said, no way, no way. But if you entered a cheat code on there, then you could play basically just a game full of Blue Spheres. There's like over 1 million Blue Sphere levels. It's basically just Blue Spheres the game. It's what happens when you put Sonic 1 on top of the other half of Sonic 3 cartridge. Very confusing, but that's why I love Sega back when they made consoles. Everything they did was overly complicated and confusing, and I love it. I just love stuff like that. I don't know why. Like, if somebody makes a game, and it's straightforward, and it comes out and it's fun, it's like, okay. I mean, you made a game. But then if they make half a game and then release the other half of the game that you plug into the other half of the game to get the full game, that's awesome, bro. That's what everyone should do. So, the first stage was from Sonic 1, the next one was from Sonic 2, and this one is original. Very cool. Oh, another thing that you may not know about this game, Beanie, is that this game it's almost like an indie game made by fans of the series. It's not even made by Sega or Sonic Team or anything. There's this guy named Christian Whitehead that made a bunch of Sonic fan games, and he got the attention of Sega, who asked him to port Sonic 1 and 2 to mobile phones. So he completely rewrote the code and the engine and everything to get the game into a native widescreen and stuff like that. And then he pitched his own game idea, and they were like, sure. And then the team he assembled was basically other fan game creators, like the composer of this game is T. Lopes, who is he's a guy that made a lot of fan remixes of Sonic songs, and this game is basically just made by people who grew up on the games. Just Sega was like, here, have some money, make your own game. So he did it, the madman. That's what this game is. So I feel like it really understands what makes the original games good, because it's made by fans of it. Yeah. I'm not very good at explaining things, but you get the gist. Sega is actually really good with fan games. Like, Nintendo is really famous for cease and desist and stuff, but Sega will do stuff like this, where they'll basically fund fan gamers to make their own game, you know? They never, Sega, I mean, they used to a long time ago, but they really don't, like, end fan projects. The fan game community for Sonic games is actually there's some really good games. Yeah, this game's awesome. Okay, so the Sega Sonic Popcorn Shop, that's a reference to a Japanese exclusive 1992 popcorn arcade machine. This game has a lot of references, and I get all of them. I don't even get all of them. And yeah, I said popcorn arcade machine. You heard me right. It was called Sega Sonic Popcorn, and like, it was just a popcorn maker that had you play a Sonic minigame while the popcorn was making. Pretty awesome. Popcorn arcade. Yep. Sega was originally an arcade manufacturer, so they have a lot of arcades. Yeah, I wish Nintendo was less strict about everything too. I don't know why they are the way they are. It's so annoying, like, I think it's because Nintendo is way bigger than Sega. So like, when someone makes a fan game for like a Sonic game, Sega's like, yeah, you're keeping this franchise alive, you're keeping us on life support, we appreciate it. But like Nintendo, they're like, we don't care, get out of here, we're a corporation. As much as I love Nintendo games, they are very, as a company, they're very morally ambiguous, I guess. Well, I mean, they don't, like, crunch their employees or anything, that stuff is good, but some of their business decisions are very questionable. I don't know if morally ambiguous is the right way to say that. Who are you watching? Who's the other guy? I got Dream Beanie, who else is he? Hello. I don't know who you are, but thank you for subscribing. I'm not very entertaining, but I appreciate it nonetheless. I'm trying to start making my own videos, but I share a room with my sister now. And it's really hard to make videos, because I don't like people watching me while I play games, which I know is ironic, because I'm doing that right now. It's my first time testing the waters. But I only share a room with her at my dad's house. I'm at my mom's right now. But my dad's are on my computer, so yeah. Yep. This stage is awesome, and this song. Hi YouTube, and thank you for content, although I will have to disagree with you on that one. My content is really bad. But I guess we're all entitled to our own opinions. I love this boss. It's like a high-speed chase. It's awesome. And the music is really good. It reminds me a lot of Cowboy Bebop, which is actually the inspiration, so. Oh no. Oh no. I can't read the chat and talk and play at the same time. I was only doing this to do the Blue Sphere stages, and I'm doing so bad at that. I actually had to delete all my data because I was using the debug mode to spawn the checkpoints and get the special stage faster, but apparently when you do that, you can't get the trophy anymore. So I had to delete my save data. Which the debug mode is basically... I don't know how to explain it, but it's basically just a way to break the game, and it's awesome. It's in every 2D Sonic game. It just lets you become items and place them and teleport and cycle through animation frames and fun stuff. You know, while I'm on the subject of Sonic games, since I'm playing a Sonic game, something I definitely recommend to anyone who thinks the art is really good in these games is there's a Sonic art book by a print company named Cook and Becker, and I just bought it, and it is even if you're not a Sonic fan, it is legitimately like the best art book I've ever read. It has so much like text detailing the history of, I don't know, there's interviews, and all the art is so big and colorful, very nice prints. It covers everything from the first game up to the newest game. It's all the way up to date. It's just a really, really good art book. The art in the series is like my favorite aspect, so the book is very sick. Yeah, there's like exclusive interviews with the game designers and the artists, and lots of insight, lots of really good drawings, lots of early concept art, lots of different art styles and interpretations of the character. It's really great. It's a really good art book. Definitely recommend it. Although I don't recommend the deluxe edition, or like the collector's edition or whatever it's called. I don't really understand the point of it. It's like $100 versus $40, and the only difference is it includes a separate art print that has a signature from Yuji Uekawa, but it's not even his actual signature. And also there's less pages. There's like 40 less pages or something. I really don't understand the point of that collector's edition, but hey, it exists, so I guess it has a market. Lock-on. It's a reference to that 2-cartridge thing I was explaining. They called it lock-on technology. Where am I supposed to go? I never go this way. What stinks? What was I talking about that stinks? Oh, this collector's... Yeah, isn't that so weird, that collector's edition? I do not understand what the point of it is. See, because I even emailed the people that made the book, and I was asking, like, is this signed? What's kind of the point of it? And they're like, nope, it's not signed. They said it's hand numbered by the guy that does the prints, is what they said. Like, I don't know the guy does the prints, why would I want his autograph? It's not even an autograph, it's a number. Because it's like limited to a certain amount of copies or something. Like, bruh, what's the point of that? Just sounds like someone wants to burn their money. Yeah, like, so Cook and Becker is normally like a print company. They sell like $300 prints. Just really nice, like, printers and stuff. Like, the ink looks hand done, I think. So I think it's like... I think it's like a really nice print, and then the guy that prints it hands them Bro, I don't mean to give excuses, but my screen flickered black, and then I walked right into a red sphere. Also, another hilarious detail is that those stages, it says get blue spheres at the beginning, but the, okay, my screen is black. Okay, we're good. The prototype version said get blue balls. Yeah, pretty awesome. Get blue balls. Get blue balls. Because the developers of this game are Japanese, and they didn't realize, they literally just thought it meant get the blue balls, you know? Nothing wrong with that. But then the playtesters were like, hey, you might want to change this. Get blue balls. If you look up pictures, there's pictures of that says get blue balls. It's awesome. Okay, and the the creator, or not the creator, the composer for Jet Set Radio, which is another Sega game, it's basically like what Splatoon was. Splatoon is just a copy of Jet Set Radio. And he just always tweets funny stuff, and one of the things he always tweets is just get blue balls. I'm like, yep, get blue balls. You're right. Oh, I messed up. I'm just gonna die again. Woo. Oh yeah, Brandon, I can't remember, wait, let me look up his name. Oh, you already, okay, yeah, he made his Twitter, like, kinda recently, but I really love him. He's so funny. he's like the funniest guy. And if you guys haven't played Jet Set Radio, definitely put that on your list. It's a great game. It's on Steam. Although, yeah, the sequel, Jet Set Future, is not on Steam. It's only on the original Xbox, so sad. He's an excellent composer. Yeah, that's because there's this girl that always cosplays Lala from Space Channel 5 and this other e-girl named Claire, and they always tweet things to him and he replies to them. And yeah, it's a weird dynamic. These e-girls have found him. His name is like Naka something, I forget. I know he's a freaking amazing composer, but I'm not good at memorizing Japanese names. Sorry. Also, I love him because he has broken English. I mean, his English is pretty good, but it's also occasionally broken, and I love it. Alright. Oh, I just passed a thing. Ugh. God. Pathetic. Yeah, playing as Tails is easy mode. You could just cheese bosses by hitting them with your propellers like that. Hideki Naganuma. He's awesome. And aside from how funny he is, you should just look up the soundtracks to Jet Set Radio, Jet Set Future, and Sonic Rush, because those are the 3 Sega games he's composed for. They're great. Also, fun fact, he applied to work at Nintendo twice for the music in Splatoon, because Splatoon is extremely heavily inspired by Jet Set Radio. Like, I don't think they've ever said it, but if you've ever played Jet Set Radio, it's very obvious Splatoon is, like, it's very heavily inspired by it. He applied to work as a composer for Splatoon twice, and both times Nintendo shot him down. Which is just ridiculous, because, dude, even the music in Splatoon is inspired by him. The actual guy applied. Like, bro, why wouldn't you, like, jump on that opportunity? It's because Nintendo is weird. Nintendo likes people to have fun, but they also like people to rip their hair out in frustration. It's their 2 favorite things. Special, or not special, I mean one up over here. Yeah. Nintendo is whack. See, I love Nintendo, but I also hate Nintendo. Yeah. It's really weird when I see people who just, like, the Nintendo apologists, I guess, who, like, love Nintendo, but also believe they can do no wrong and always defend everyone. I mean, obviously, there's not that many people like that, but when I do see them, I'm like, Nintendo is a lot like Apple, I think. Like, they make good things, they make great products, they make great games, and they foster, like, good work environments and stuff like that. Some of their business decisions are just downright greedy, and people sometimes don't like to admit it, but it's true. Same with Apple. Like, a lot of people just defend Apple's every move. I think Apple and Nintendo are more similar companies than people like to believe. I mean, they both have similar things where they make faulty products like the Joy-Cons and sell accessories that are like $1 billion for it. They're more similar than you think. But Nintendo games and consoles are great. I don't deny that. Nothing is, I mean, there are no games like Nintendo. Yeah, I wish more people would admit it, you know? Kinda like JonTron. Great content, very questionable person. Alright, let's see if I can try to focus and actually do this. I don't actually have to get a perfect on my first try, but I like to. Yeah, I know, man. I can't believe it. Yeah, they really don't care about the They really don't care about the Joy-Cons. I've had so many controllers drift, man. Thankfully my Splatoon console Joy-Cons don't drift, because that would really suck, but... Yeah, it is crazy how faulty those controllers are. And they've never fixed it, and the system is like 3 years old by this point. 3 or 4 years old. My screen is flickering black so much. I mean, I'm glad you guys can't see it, but it keeps like messing me up. That's why I keep like running in circles or something for a second. It's like, I need to be able to see. Where are those last rings? Alright, here we are. Now I just need to find those last 4 blue spheres and we got ourselves the perfect. I remember where they are. Well, I remember what they look like. Where are they? Yeah, this is me on the way to the store to grab milk. I forgot milk. I say, every time I see someone going fast, I say that, because there's a mod for this game that adds it's called like the Sonic Forgotten Milk mod, and it just adds a shopping cart to the special stage, and then he's running with a shopping cart and turns the robot into a thing of milk, so he's going to the store to get his milk. It's hilarious. I love that mod. Where the... Okay, here we go. Oh. I'm going way too fast. Okay, here we go. Yeah, the Sonic Milk mod. I bought Sonic Mania on PC just to get mods, and then, that was one I found, and that's my favorite. And you can stack mods. I didn't realize that, but you can stack them so you can have other mods. Oh, it went through the floor. So, yeah. Oh yeah, on another note, when we were talking about the 3D Sonic games, do you know which one you played? Because some of them are definitely better than others. So I could tell you if the one you were playing is good. I mean, obviously it's an opinion, but I can give you my opinion. Did I? What was the review? Because I know we game shared it for a minute. I don't remember leaving a review. I don't usually review games, because I don't really... Like, I don't have a very unbiased opinion on this game. I play it too much. It's a part of my, life. How do you review one's own life? It's one of the deep philosophical statements of our time. Da, 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 da. Or if you tell me what the game was about, I could probably tell you. I know too much about Sonic games. It's kind of like something that, like, I wish I could just move past, and, like, I wish I could be obsessed with a different series, because this series is just not very consistently good. That was definitely not my review. I would not leave a review like that. This game, why would I... Bro, no, especially because I love this game. That's not my review. It's a good review, though. Where are those last 22 rings? Dude, I have no idea. It wasn't me. Did anyone else game share with you? Maybe, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was me and I forgot, but it doesn't sound like something I'd say, and I don't remember it, so... But I don't know, maybe I'm forgetting. I don't completely throw out the idea that I forgot, but I don't think so. Because, like, I game shared it with you, like, years ago. Whoa! Screen went black at a horrible time, and I'm very lucky I survived that. Yeah, so I really don't know if the screen flickering black is a problem with my PS5 or HDMI or whatever. Didn't really care. Oh, bro, you're talking about one of the. Okay, so was it All right, let's see. I don't remember what it was, but I didn't care. Just remember it was in a pixel art style and on my Game Boy. So okay, was it? Yes, there's no original Game Boy. Okay, so it's either a part of the Sonic Advanced series or it's Sonic Battle. Those are the games on. So there's three Sonic Advanced games, and then there's one called Sonic Battle. Uh, the Advanced games are 2D platformers, and then Battle is like a 3D style fighting game. Do you know if it was a platformer or a 3D fighting game? Because I think that the advanced games are criminally underrated. They're so good, man. I love them. Oh yeah, there's also the. Hey, there's a reason I blocked that out of my memory, Brandon. But I guess it is possible that's the one. Yeah, I forgot about that. So, Sonic Advance games are really good, but there's also a port of Sonic 1 on the Game Boy Advance that is, like, hilariously bad. Like, it's impressive how much they messed up the game. Like, it's truly impressive. It's so, like, zoomed in, and the music is atrocious. And it runs at, like, 2 frames per second. Oh, man. But Sonic Advance 3 was one of the first games I ever played, and I think that's why the series is so hard for me to separate from, because it's literally one of the earliest games I ever played. I never played them, however I think I'm gonna soon. I could let you borrow my copies. I don't have Advance 1, but... See, Advance 1 is pretty good. Advance 2 is pretty good. Advance 3 is, like, criminally underrated, one of the best games in the series, in my opinion. See, Advance 2 just has a problem of extremely large amount of bottomless pits, and a lot of just hold right syndrome. Like, you really don't have to do much other than hold right. Oh, dang, that's sad. That's sad. Very sad. Yeah, you could always do that. Always throw it on your PSP. So what PSP stands for? PlayStation Simulation Portable. Because they mistranslated emulation. This level is from Sonic 3. Wow, I've never had a PSP. I have a lot of game consoles, but the PlayStation Portables I've never had, although I really want one. I gotta finish the OG games. I'm forcing myself to replay 1, 3, and 2D. Forcing yourself, bro. I literally, like, the other day, no, not the other day, it was a while ago now. I just sat down and played all, like, 3 of them in one sitting. I mean, once you're good at the games, they take like an hour to beat. That's the thing, is, as much as I like these games, it's sad how short they are. Mania is probably the longest, or maybe Sonic 3, I don't know. No, I think Mania is a bit longer. But even Mania is only like 2 hours long. Sonic CD is probably the shortest. Sonic CD is a mixed bag, though I like it personally. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. So Birth by Sleep is, like I said, I don't have a PSP, so Birth by Sleep is one of the very few Kingdom Hearts games I haven't played. The other one I haven't played is Recoded on the... Is Recoded the one on the DS? Other than Days? Because that's the other one I haven't played. Days I really like. I always forget the number and the name's like 3169 by 2 days. I just call it days. That one is, well, I mean, the gameplay in it isn't as good as the main games, although the story in it is really good. I really like the story of Days. See, like I said, I like things that are overly complicated and stupid, and that's what I like about Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. Although Kingdom Hearts is even stupider than Final Fantasy. It's impressive, but I like it. Didn't they remake Recode? I'm pretty sure you're tripping. Because the DS games are the only ones that weren't remastered. Like, they have the 1.5 HD collection, 2.5 HD collection, 2.8 HD collection, which includes like Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts 3D, Dream Drop Distance, all those. But the DS games, they don't have playable, they only have like a movie, which is just all the cutscenes to the game. You can't actually play it, although hilariously enough, there are trophies for the movie, and all you have to do to get them is watch. Recoded? Yeah, Recoded is the... Didn't they make... Yeah, Recoded is the one on the DS that they never... Because all the DS games are the ones that they just have cutscenes for in the remakes. Unless I'm wrong. I only have 1.5. I don't have any of the other, like, HD collections. Yeah, Recoded is one on the DS, right? Because they never re-released the DS games, because they're weird. Maybe because there's 2 screens. Recoded is, like, the only one I haven't played. Recoded and Birth by Sleep. And I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3. That's probably a big one I should mention I haven't played. But Kingdom Hearts is nostalgic. Very nostalgic to me. Especially Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 is nostalgia of the game. My sister used to play it. Was Recoded a remake of something in general, or was it just another game? No, Recoded is a remake. It's like Recoded is a remake of I'll look it up so I know for sure, but I'm pretty sure Recoded was a remake of like just regular Coded, which was the game that came out only in Japan or something. Kingdom Hearts Recoded. It's a unique Kingdom Hearts game for the DS. Blah 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 blah. So Kingdom Hearts Coded is an episodic action, blah blah blah. Yeah, so Kingdom Hearts Coded was a Japan exclusive mobile phone game, and Recoded is a remake of it for the DS. See, something really weird about the Kingdom Hearts series is that every installment is canon. So if they make like a mobile game for flip phones, it incorporates things to the plot, introduces new things, and it's all canon. There's not a non-canon game in the Kingdom Hearts series. So probably what they did is they made like a flip phone game, exclusive to Japan, and they were like, people need to play this game to understand the plot of Kingdom Hearts now, so we should probably put it on the DS or something. Same thing happened with the other Kingdom Hearts mobile game, Kingdom Hearts Unchained, which they renamed Union Cross. That game was a smartphone game, and I used to play it sometimes, and it actually includes like elements of the plot that are important for the series. That I don't know if you need to know it to play Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's all canon, so they released like a movie adaptation of it that came in 2.8. Kingdom Hearts is so confusing. But yeah, I don't know why, but the creator of Kingdom Hearts just refuses to make anything that is like not canon. Everything has to be canon. Every installment. The Game Boy Advance card spin-off game takes place between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and is integral to understanding Kingdom Hearts 2. Recoded is one of the only... that's interesting. Man, speaking of 60 FPS games, you know what I started playing? The Ratchet & Clank game on PS4, and holy crap, I kind of hate it. It is kind of annoying. Like, Hannah beat it, this morning. So I started playing it, and I'm very annoyed at it. I really don't like it. They make so many story changes to the original game that it drives me crazy. They're all changes I'm not very fond of. And the game runs at 30 FPS with so much motion blur, it gives me a headache. Like, if it was just 30 frames, it'd be fine, but 30 frames in motion blur, like, come on, there's no way to turn it off either. It gives me a headache. Man, I'm just disappointed because I saw so many good reviews for the Ratchet & Clank remake. I really thought it was going to be good, but man, I played it for like 2 hours and I just had to turn it off. Like, man, this game is very headache-inducing. I'm not like a, has to be like 60 frames or bust type of guy, but the sheer amount of motion blur in that game was causing me a headache. But yeah, and then I don't know, just other changes from the original. I don't have to get into it because I don't really know that anyone in this chat plays Ratchet & Clank, so. But yeah, I like Ratchet & Clank, it's pretty fun. My favorite is Crackin' Time on the PS3. Oh man, this stage is so hard to perfect. I did it on Switch, but I don't know how I did it. I'm gonna need to focus on this one. This one requires like mad strats. Oh, and I already messed it up. But I kept it going! There's no way I can recover though. There's no way I can get back there. Wait, let's try. So close. That one is so hard to get a perfect on. I did it on Switch, but Switch doesn't have achievements, so I wish I did on here. But yeah. Bro, like I said, there is a Blue Spheres video game. It exists. It's like, I forget the, you know what, let me look up the exact number, because it is like a insane amount of levels in the Blue Sphere game. Blue Sphere, blah blah blah. Accessing gameplay. I just want the number. Okay, there are 134,217,728 levels in the Blue Spheres game. So, I mean, I think I got this from, yeah, Blue Balls. Blue Balls. Get Blue Balls. It's such a wholesome mistake though, because they literally, it's just like, get the blue balls, you know? There's nothing weird about that. We're Japanese, we don't know what that means. Get the blue balls. It's a very wholesome mistake. I mean, like, I would be confused if I got a message back from a playtester saying, you can't say blue balls, you gotta say blue spheres. I'm like, bro, why? It's just a different word for the same thing. I'm Japanese, I don't know what that means. But yeah, there's like 120 something million stages. There's some guy out there that just is dead set on beating that game. I wonder how he's doing. This stage is original. I wasn't really intending to beat the game, just trying to get all the blue balls, but does that say get blue balls? Is that what that says? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really... Is that katakana? Dun, dun, dun. Get blue balls. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said, because I don't really know katakana. I kind of know hiragana, but I don't know what the words mean. I can just, like, sound out the sounds, but I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, I love Press Garden. Oh, fun fact, these guys, if you didn't know, these are a cut enemy from Sonic 1 that they brought back in this game. Yeah, I just only know a little bit of... I know the sounds of hiragana from, like, Duolingo, and that's it. Pretty much, I was trying to learn Japanese because there's so many games that, like, came out in Japan that didn't come out in America that I want to be able to play, but some of them don't even have fan translations, so it's like, bruh, I guess I just gotta learn Japanese. Because, yeah, I like collecting games and stuff, and a bit of advice that not many game collectors follow, but I think is pretty good advice, is if you want to collect games, go for Japanese imports. They're almost always cheaper because games are made in Japan. So, like, a game that's like $100 here is like 20 bucks in Japan. So just pay a little import fee, and a lot of times it's playable in English. So, like this, right now, I'm literally playing a Japanese import right now. And I don't really see much Japanese, I don't know about you. Because in Japan, Sonic is one of those series that, like, speaks English all the time because it's cool. Like in the voice-acted games, he always says English lines just because it's cool for Japanese people to be English. Sky Friends, yeah. I don't think Japanese is honestly that hard, but it might be just because I used to watch a lot of anime. Also, I'm not very... Like, I'm just saying, like, the little bit that I was learning, and I was like, yeah, if I really dedicated myself to this, I could learn it, but... Keep in mind that I have not learned it in the slightest, so this isn't from the perspective of somebody who's learned it. Yeah, I just wanted for Japanese imports, such as the game Sega Gaga. Have either of you heard of the game Sega Gaga? Because it's a game that only came out in Japan that I really want to play. Also, fun fact, you get a trophy if you go in here, Sonic, but I can't in Tails. Yep. Oh man, yeah. I mean, I don't think that you really need to know kanji if you want to play Japan, though. I think it helps, but like, you could definitely get by without knowing kanji. Yeah, because it's all just like leftover from Chinese, isn't it? Kanji is complicated. It's like a symbol for just like one word. It's not sounds, it's entire words. No! No! Aw, man. But, okay, so... Sega Gaga is it's like a RPG that only came out in Japan. That is just, it's like the swan song to the Dreamcast, basically. Yeah, give me an F in the chat. But, okay, so Sega obviously used to be a console manufacturer, and now they only make games. They dropped out of console business because the PS2 was just too popular. On top, that's a really oversimplification, but that's a simple way of putting it, is that. Sega Gaga is an RPG for the Dreamcast that released 2 days before the Dreamcast stopped being manufactured. So, like, the game was made with the knowledge that the Dreamcast was dead, so it is extremely tongue-in-cheek about it. It's a really interesting game to anyone who has any interest in the gaming industry, because it gives an insight to, like, the work environment at Sega when you are working at a business, like, knowing that it's going under, you know? You know, you just want to be a game developer, but the company you work for is, like, being dominated by Sony at the time, so... But, I mean, the game isn't really that deep. It's mostly tongue-in-cheek and humor. The game was developed in 2 years. Like, okay, so the guy who made it spent 2 years making the game in secret, so most of the game is made by, like, just one guy with an extremely small budget. And when he showed it to Sega, they thought it was a joke at first, so they laughed. But when they realized he was serious, they let him go forward on it. But they literally handed him $200, like, you know, the equivalent in yen of $200 of a marketing budget. Just $200 marketing budget for the game, because like the Dreamcast was dead at that point. So he spent half of it on a wrestling mask, and just he spent half his $200 marketing budget on a wrestling mask, and just went to public places like malls and sang to get people's attention, or then tell them about the game or something like that. It's so awesome. I really want to play it. The plot of the game is basically it's an RPG where it's like turn-based combat, where you work at Sega. Like, it literally takes place in Sega. And basically there's this evil corporation called Dogma, which is actually just, you know, Sony with the PS2. And they own 97% of the marketing, the video game, blah blah blah. I'm not thinking very well from the industry, but it's a corporation that owns like 97% of the game industry. So basically, you're just this new employee at Sega named like Sega Teiro or something like that. Something like that, I don't know. But basically what you have to do is, Sega's in like a distraught state in the game, where all the developers, because of working overtime and stuff, have turned into like lifeless monsters, and you have to fight them, but you don't fight them with combat, you fight them by insulting them. You fight them by yelling things at them like, your game will never amount to anything, or Sega is going out of business, deal with it, and stuff like that. And once they return to normal from you yelling at them enough, then they'll make games for Sega. And basically, when 2 years pass in the game, then, depending on how many games you have developed, you either save Sega or they stop making consoles. You can either make a bunch of like really shitty like shovelware games, or you can make just a couple of really good games. It's just a really tongue-in-cheek, like, we know that Sega's lost the console war type of game that literally came out 2 days before the Dreamcast died. It's a very interesting game, and it only came out in Japan. So why would they translate that? But yeah, I really want to play that. That'd be awesome. It's just really weird. It's also got like a ton of Sega characters and references. It's thought of by some people as like this, like a goodbye to not just the Dreamcast, but also Sega as a console manufacturer. But it's in a very tongue-in-cheek way. It seems like an interesting game, but I've never played it because it's in Japanese. I think there might be a fan translation. I'm not sure. It's called Sega Gaga. Another thing that makes this game really satisfying to replay is that there are a lot of alternate paths to stages. They're the opposite of linear. There's like a billion paths. It's awesome. I keep getting lost and thrown off because I'm not used to playing Tails, but when I play Tails I fly a lot, which usually brings me on paths that I'm not used to, and then I'm just confused. As much as I play these games, or these games in general, I tend to stick to one path. Oh yeah, I love this environment. This boss is a reference to an old Sega game called Shinobi. He basically does all the same moves, has all the same sound effects, and throws ninja stars and all this. This is just a very blatant Shinobi reference. Very funny, very cute. Which, I don't know when the last Shinobi game was, probably in the 90s. because Sega kinda, once they stopped making consoles, they kept their franchises alive for like a little bit, and then after that they pretty much just like Puyo Pop and Sonic and like Persona. And that's like all they got. They kinda killed off like 90% of their franchises. They're a lot smaller than they used to be though. I just don't know if they can afford it. But yeah, this game doesn't just have Sonic references. It's got Sega characters, like Shinobi. Which is like a samurai fighting game. It's not a fighting game, but it's fine. I have it on the Genesis, and I don't think it's that good personally, but other people really like it, so I like that it has a reference. Yeah, and the stars you throw are also an enemy from Sonic 2. It's kind of a cute reference. Although this boss is really challenging. Yeah, I love this environment too, though. This is a original stage to this game. I love this game's like art, environment, and style and stuff a lot. It's very cool. It's very stylistically great game. You could tell they spent a lot of time on the art. Oh yeah, look at this environment too. This is actually a level from Sonic CD, which is a game that came out in like 1993. But even in the original game, this was great. So what Sonic CD is basically the Genesis had if you remember my story I gave yesterday about the Nintendo PlayStation, Sega had like an add-on to the Genesis that, yeah, but they had an add-on to the Genesis that basically gave it CD support, so it could have like better visuals and full sound and stuff. And this was in the early 90s, way before the PlayStation came out, which was the first CD console. It didn't take off very much, but its most successful game was Sonic CD, which was basically a game that was just meant to show off the power of the Sega CD. So it has very visually impressive stages and good music and stuff. It also has a time travel gimmick where every stage has actually technically 4 variations. You start in the present, but there's things you can go to in the stage that'll bring you to either the past, the bad future, or the good future, which are, so every stage has 4 songs, 4 layouts, 4 visual designs, and everything. This is the past version of this stage. It's a cool gimmick, especially for a game that came out in like 1993. But yeah, if you go to the past, and so I think basically like Eggman's planted things in the past that'll mess up the future. So if you go to the past and destroy the robots and stuff like that, then when you go back to the future, instead of the future being all dystopian and dark and mechanical, it'll be like a hybrid between technology and nature, and it'll have like very positive music and stuff, and very pretty looks. It's a really cool gimmick. Although you don't have to time travel at all, you could just play the game normal if you want. The series has a lot of interesting ideas, but sadly, it's very underutilized now. Like, I think the series has a lot of potential to be very interesting, but more often than not, it's just very underutilized or not taken seriously, or they come out with really subpar games that, you know, promised a lot, delivered barely anything. It's really sad to see, and then, you know, it has kind of a notorious fan base too. Which its fan base has 2 sides basically. There's a side that everybody focuses on and makes fun of, and then there's the side like the side that made this game, you know, the creative side. But, I mean, at its best, the series is very artistically cool, very fun, very solid, and just a lot of creative ideas. But at its worst, it's just the most cookie-cutter boring, or just straight-up bad games, which is really sad. Although, I guess, like, as always, it's an opinion. Yeah? Hello, I'm doing a live stream. Yeah. It's fine, I might get off soon anyway. But yeah, this is the past version. Hannah just came home. I think the only one on the stream right now is Beanie. Brandon was here, but I think he left because he hasn't said anything in a while, unless he's just being quiet, which is fine. Yeah, I think you got a lot more viewers on Twitch than I'm getting on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to listen to this game's soundtrack, like obviously when it's not in a stream, it's a really good, I mean, almost every game in this series, even the really bad games have really good soundtracks. It's like the one constant. So if you ever get a chance, you should just listen to some of the songs in this game. They're really good. Oh, I'm going slow. Okay. Yeah, most Sonic games are on Spotify and Apple Music and Tidal or whatever you listen to. But for some reason, Sonic Mania is not. I don't know why. It's like the one game that's not. It's a shame. Another thing I really like about these games are that the bosses are creative and interesting. And landing a hit on them is very satisfying. I'm probably making them look a lot easier than they really are.
Played a few games and I struggled through each one.
These are the transitions that would play in the original game if you're time traveling. This is what the present looks like in the original game. This is the Stardust Speedway present. Sonic CD's art style is basically very pretty and very cluttered, like there's never an empty space, as you can probably tell. It's kind of like how Japanese art styles are in general though. Like a Japanese magazine will never have any blank space on a page. A lot of the Sonic games are developed in America, but Sonic CD is developed in Japan, and you can kind of see that in the art style. Like the stage look to it. Oh yeah, me too. Sonic CD is a very pretty game. I mean, obviously this is Mania, but the stage is from Sonic CD. It's a great aesthetic. Yeah, if you want to listen to a Sonic game soundtrack just to get an idea of what it's like, I mean every game is very different, but the one I definitely recommend is the Sonic CD soundtrack. It's super, super good. Although be careful because in America they, for some reason, rearrange all the songs, so there's two soundtracks, the Japanese and the English versions. The US version is pretty good, but the one you should listen to is the Japanese version. It's so good. The Sonic Mania soundtrack is heavily based on the Japanese Sonic CD soundtrack. And that soundtrack actually is on Spotify, so. Sonic CD in general has a lot of good art and music and stuff. So if you want another thing to look up, the Sonic CD intro is mad good. It's animated by Toei, who is the animation studio who did like Dragon Ball and like the original Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon and stuff like that. But they just made a really freaking good animation to that game. It has an opening and an ending both done by Toei. And they're very well animated. It's just very like fast-paced, very good character design that they came up with, and just looks awesome. The art is definitely my favorite aspect to the series, and the Toei animations from Sonic CD are some of the best art by far. Like some of the best animation in this series. Cause like they came up with their own character model sheet, and it's just a very nice looking one. It's such a good design for the character. Like a nice height, a nice spike length. Looks pretty good. Should I change it to the controller so that stream can hear you, Hannah? What? Alright, hold on a second. I will after this boss. Oh. Yeah, but Hannah, by the way, there's no way that she can hear you, so I can barely hear you. Yeah, it's this boss is a reference to Knuckles Chaotic. Big. Yeah, this is the final boss in a game called Knuckles Chaotic, that's the reference. But it's also a reference to the final boss in Sonic 3, because it's like the... I'm sure you recognize it, Hannah. I don't know why you're talking so much if you know that you can't be heard. I'll change it to this mic. You are, though. Oops.
Alright, come closer to this.
Alright, I'm here. You've been sitting on my iPad this whole time?
No, I just sat back. You come closer to the mic, though.
How long have you been streaming for?
I don't know. Maybe an hour. Maybe 2.
Nice.
Something really annoying about streaming on YouTube on here is that if a message is longer than like 10 characters, it just shows ...
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's very annoying.
Oof.
So I just have my phone on. Yeah, I'll probably get off soon though, cause I'm a little bored, and there's not... Well, I'm not that bored, but the screen keeps flickering like crazy, and it's driving me crazy. And yeah, also Beanie has been maybe for a while, so I don't want to keep wasting your time.
Bean's a trooper.
Bean's a trooper. Look at that swimming animation. It's so cute. I was playing Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
The remake.
Yeah. Yeah, I really want to. It has been really bad this whole time.
It's yeah.
I really don't know what it is. I mean, when you buy a console on day one, the console is more likely to have problems than if you buy it later on, because, like, when a console's been on the market for a couple years or even a couple months, then they know problems and can fix them. When you buy it day one, you're the guinea pigs. You're the ones who would have the problems.
Yeah.
So you're more likely to get defective consoles. So it could just be a problem with the system, which would be really sad, but it might just be this.
I really hope it's not the system.
I hope so too, but I mean, this HDMI cable has never been bad before this console. If you want, Beanie, I can send you a link to that animation I was talking about. Yeah, I will. I'll look it up. But do you want me to send you a link to the Sonic CD animations in that game? Because they're really sick. Oh, alright, can't see anything. Alright, there we go.
It's not flickering on their end, is it?
No, it's just me. Alright. My favorite form of art is animation. Like, if you draw a really good static image, I'm like, bro, that is really good. But you make it move, I'm like, bro, that is so sick, oh my god. That's just how I see it. So that's why I really like the intro. It's very nice.
Especially.
Yeah, it's like old hand-drawn animation. It's from like the 90s. Yeah, can you see how bad the flickering is, Hannah?
Yeah.
It's been like this the whole time. I'm pretty impressed at how little I've talked about it, but at the same time, I've pretty much non-stop been talking about it. It's driving me crazy.
Wow. What a boring stream to just talk about the flickering no one could see.
It literally, like, every 10 seconds it flickers off for like 2 seconds. Sometimes I get luckier than others, I can go a little bit without it, but